Hello friend, today we will discuss about zinc and its role in our body. First I want to clarify that zinc is a medicine and it should only be used after prescription from a doctor or a qualified health professional. Now zinc is a metal and it is the 24th most abundant element in our earth's crust. And what is the importance of zinc for human? It is a integral and important component of many metalloenzymes like aldolase, alkaline phosphatase, which are important for our day-to-day functioning, our body's day-to-day functioning. And zinc is also very important for the synthesis and after synthesis stabilization of protein, DNA and RNA. These are building blocks of our body, our cells, and it also plays a structural role in ribosomes and different membranes of our cells. Zinc is important for binding steroid hormone receptors and other transcription factors to the DNA. Without zinc, it is not possible that different transcription factors will bind to DNA. It is important for spermatogenesis and embryonic development and fetal growth. It is also important for the growth of a child. Without it, it will lead to the growth retardation of the child. It is also very important for skin health. Zinc prevents different bacteria, viruses, fungus to invade our skin. Hence, it is very important to maintain integrity of our skin and to maintain skin health. That is why many creams and ointments which are used for skin conditions contain zinc, and it makes a very important component of these products. It is also important for the prevention of age-related macular degeneration, especially along with copper and magnesium. So we can say that zinc plays a multifactorial and very important role for our body and to maintain normal day-to-day functioning of our body. Next we move on to the what is the source from which we can get zinc. So it has been found that seafood is richest source for the zinc, and especially oysters are very rich in the zinc. Other seafoods like crabs, sea fish are also good source of zinc, and it is most abundantly found in the oysters. Red meat also provide zinc, and nuts and legumes are also good source for vegetarians to get zinc for their body. And in case of nuts, cashew nut contains most amount of the zinc. Now zinc is absorbed by our gut, but certain dietary components decrease its absorption in our intestine. These elements are dietary phytates, some fibers, oxalates. These all are found in leafy vegetable or in vegetarian food. And also simultaneous intake of iron and copper decreases zinc's absorption. So if any patient or any person is taking high amount of iron or copper, it will lead to the decreased absorption and deficiency of zinc. Certain medicines also decrease zinc's absorption, like penicillamine, sodium valproate, and ethambutol. Penicillamine is very important in patients of Wilson's disease. So in patient with Wilson disease, we can generally found there is zinc deficiency. So we need to supplement zinc in these patients. Next, what is normal dietary requirement or recommended daily allowance for zinc? It depends on the age of the patient, and it is different for male, female, and during pregnancy and lactation. In adult male, the normal dietary requirement or daily recommended allowance of zinc is 11 milligram per day. For female, it is less, which is 8 milligram per day. But if female is pregnant or lactating, then they will require more amount of zinc, which is approximately 12 to 14 milligram per day. In children, as per their age and sex, the required amount of zinc is different, which can range from 2 to 11 milligram per day. In children up to 6 months of age, 2 milligram of zinc is required every day. But if child is a male, then he will require around 11 milligram per day after 15 years of age. So the daily requirement of zinc is different for different sex and ages. Now, what are the deficiency? What does the deficiency of zinc manifest in adults? First, zinc deficiency will lead to the impaired immune function. It will lead to decreased taste sensation, which is also known as hypogeusia. These two features are seen in mild zinc deficiency. But if a person is having chronic or severe deficiency, then it will lead to hypogonadism, dwarfism, decrease in libido in male, and it also lead to the alopecia. Zinc deficiency can also cause delayed wound healing, as zinc is very important for maintaining functioning of our skin. In children, zinc deficiency will lead to growth retardation, which is manifested in the form of decreased height or stunting. It also causes hypopigmentation of hairs. The hair color will become light. In children, there is a specific disease which is caused by the deficiency of zinc. Its name is acrodermatitis enteropathica. What are the features of this acrodermatitis enteropathica? The features are diarrhea, alopecia, which is hair loss, muscle wasting, and some neurological manifestation like depression, irritability. In acrodermatitis enteropathica, there is a specific rash which involves extremities, means hand and legs, face, and specifically area around perineum. Around perineum, there is exfoliation of the skin and rash will be there. Now, what is the treatment? The treatment of zinc deficiency is zinc supplementation, and doctor will provide you or give you adequate therapeutic dose of the zinc if you have any deficiency of zinc. Now, we should remember that zinc is a metal and it will lead to the toxicity if taken in excessive amount. So this is a medicine and it should be used as a medicine, and it is not for your daily supplement. So one must know the risk involved with zinc toxicity. So daily amount in adult should not exceed 40 milligram per day. Its toxicity will lead to nausea, vomiting and fever. It can also cause pain in abdomen, and if there is chronic toxicity, then it will lead to depression of immune function and anemia. The anemia is due to copper deficiency, because copper and zinc decrease absorption of each other. So this was all about the zinc, its deficiency and its treatment. Thank you very much.